Alright guys, this video is for week 4. This should be the second video, so you'll see that on the list there. This should be week 4 weekly assignments. Okay, so that's the whole video here. You can describe what we're doing for the week and all that jazz. So moving forward, 2 things for the week. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. The second assignment is going to be a little bit bigger. So because of that, I'm going to scale back some of the video content you guys got to watch. You're welcome. So that you guys can do that. Nothing too difficult, but it is a little bit more substantial. Okay, so I'm going to scale back a little bit of what you're doing for note taking this week so that you guys can focus on that assignment. Okay, so those 2 assignments. Nature journaling, you guys are doing great. Same assignment. It's a different week though. So what that means is I need you to go outside again, and I need you to draw a new one, okay? What I've been seeing is I've been seeing some really cool stuff. This photo isn't from one of your guys's, as you can see by the date there, and that it's in Maine. But I've been seeing some really good stuff. I really enjoy looking at each of your guys' drawings you guys put out every week. I don't get to see you guys in the same way that I got to see you before spring break. So this is my way of, communicating with you or getting to see a glimpse of what you're doing and how you are, how you're acting and all these different things, It's like I've mentioned a couple different times in some other videos, it's really difficult, this whole coronavirus kind of closure, because before spring break I was used to seeing so many different people and so many different faces, and now I get to stare at my computer for most of the day by myself. So it's nice to get those pictures in and get those drawings in, because it's kind of a way for me to hear back from you. If you want me to comment on your pictures, please let me know. Just send me an email saying you want that, or if I get a majority of people, I'll start sending some comments on these as well. But if you are interested in this nature journaling activity, because this is something you guys can do for the rest of your life, looking at this book, okay, Keeping a Nature Journal by Claire Walker Leslie and Charles E. Roth, really great resource. Okay, this is the book I have. It's actually sitting right next to me right now. This is the book I got this assignment from. This whole book describes kind of how you keep a nature journal, what the purpose of a nature journal is, but it also has a bunch of different lessons in there about like how to draw nature a little bit better. Okay, because I know I'm not the best artist, and looking at some of your photos, you guys are really good, but some of you guys may not be as good. Okay, kind of like in my boat, not very good, but how we get better is we practice. Okay, so if you want to get more into this, if this is something you're interested in, you can pick up this book. I think it was like, well, let me read the back. How much was it? I bought this online from someone on Amazon. It says here US $16.95, Canada $27. Okay, so $17. Amazon's probably gonna be a little bit cheaper. Buy it from Amazon. That's awesome. If you want to buy local, support your local Barnes and Noble or some of the local bookstores downtown and stuff like that. They may have it. I don't know. They might be able to get it in. But if you want to grab that, it's a great resource, especially if you want to continue this for the future, or if you're an artist looking to do some nature stuff. Great practice. Go outside and do it more often. Okay, but that's a great book for you there. Okay. This next part, okay, it's a bigger assignment. As you can see, there's a couple different parts to it. Okay, and I'll explain each of those parts. Okay, so this is a cycle assignment. What that means is we're going to be talking about 3 new cycles. We talked about the water cycle already. Okay, you remember the water cycle and the assignment we had to do with that. Okay, we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of for each of the new cycles having to draw the cycle and then define each of the things, I'm going to change it up. So we've got 3 new cycles. We have the nitrogen cycle, the phosphorus cycle, and the carbon cycle. What you're going to have to do is choose one of those cycles. I don't care which one you do. If you want to work on the nitrogen cycle for the first part, that's cool. If you want to do the phosphorus, that's also cool. If you want to do carbon, that's also cool. You can't do the water cycle. You've already done that. Okay. So for the nitrogen cycle, or the phosphorus cycle, or the carbon cycle, whichever one you want to do first, for the first part, you're going to, on a piece of paper, draw the cycle. Okay. And in the notes, you'll see my picture for the cycle. I would recommend using those, and then I'm going to go through each of the words. What you need to do is you need to define each of the words, and I am going to give you definitions in just a second. Okay, but you need to have a little bit more substantial definitions than what I give you. Okay, so for the first part, draw the cycle, define the words. Okay, kind of like the water cycle assignment we had a couple months back, but any one of those cycles will work. Next part, for a different cycle. So if you chose the nitrogen cycle for the first one, you can't use it for the second part. You got to do a different cycle. Okay, so for the next part, you're going to take a photo, either in person, you can go find it in nature, take a photo on your phone, or you can look up online for a photo, and then you need to describe how whatever you took in that photo represents a part of the cycle. Okay, one thing that comes to mind is just taking a photo of a tree or a plant or something like that, and then describing how that plant is a part of whatever cycle you chose. So if you chose the nitrogen cycle in the first one, you can't choose that in the second one. So you got to go with the carbon cycle or the phosphorus cycle. So you can choose the carbon cycle and talk about how plants photosynthesize, okay, and how that interacts within the cycle. That's probably going to be like a little paragraph, okay, so a photo with a paragraph, okay. The last one is going to be the last cycle you have. So the remaining cycle can't be the same as the first or second one. So whatever one's last, you're going to describe the human impact within the cycle, okay. This one's probably going to be one paragraph per impact. And I think both of, at least the nitrogen and phosphorus have at least two, I believe. And then the carbon cycle, I think, has three, if I remember correctly. But so it's going to be 1, 2, 3 paragraphs for that last part. Okay, you're just going to describe the human impact, why it affects it, and how is that important. Okay, so it's just going to be all on one Word document or one Google document. Okay, I'll make the document for you, and then you can label it out from there. It should be pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, please let me know. I am going to put more description on that assignment, like I mentioned in the previous video. But that's going to be due in the Dropbox on Sunday. So nothing new there. So you just got those two. You have a new journal and you have this cycle assignment, okay? And you'll get more info on this after the notes, okay? You'll see this exact same slide after the notes, okay? All right. So cutting it a little early, about 8 minutes right here. So if you have any questions, please email me. I'm always available through my email. I try to get back to you as quick as I can. If you don't hear from me, if you emailed me and I didn't respond, send me another email. I'm getting a lot of emails recently, so it might have just gone in the whole mix, but try my best to get through that. Okay, but if you have a question, please email me. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.